gonna come. Ready? Count me out. 1, 3, 2, 1. I know that I'm not the only person that have done that joke. Like, count me out. But it's still funny. So we're starting off, guys. I gotta get my facts straight and shit. What up, guys? UFC 255. I don't even know what number we're at, right? But you know what it is because we're about to watch it. Israel versus Costa, the eraser. Fucking never come in second placer. Holy shit. Before we get into that breakdown, Israel versus Costa breakdown, Chaos fucking Covington? What the fuck? He just dominated fucking T. Woodley. And T. Woodley had to make it about racial and stuff like that. But like, Covington was all business. He may have been, I think he actually, what he did to get Woodley out of his place by talking race, by pushing Trump, it kind of pissed off Woodley. And I don't know if Woodley fought at his best. Woodley is so fucking explosive. He's a fucking previous champion, and Chaos just fucking demolished him. What does that say about Chaos? He is a legend. Let's get on though, before we talk about Chaos, we get sidetracked on Chaos Covington. Shout out Chaos Covington. Let's break down the Israel Adesanya versus Costa Baruchidor, whatever his fucking last name is. What is that fucking guy's last name? Baruchidor? Costa? Oh. Bro, this is the shit. This is the biggest fight of the year. Israel Adesanya versus Costa. Let me click on this motherfucker. All right, let's go into them and break them down. Ooh. Oh my God. Undefeated 19-0 versus 13-0. That's perfect stats. Look how good that looks on that TV. Oh my God, this TV is so beautiful. I'm just kidding. Bro, a 19-0 fighter versus a 13-0 fighter. They're the two sexiest motherfuckers in the UFC. Shout out Israel. Like, yo, if Israel was like hitting me up, like, yo, man, yo, I just need release some stress. Can you come over and give a brother a blowjob? I'd be like, Izzy, I got you. You sexy ass bitch. Straight. I'm actually straight though. But like for Izzy, like, look how good looking he is. Look how good looking he is. This is the battle. This isn't a fucking fight to see who's the champion of a little punchy game. This is a fucking Greek god statue modeling contest to see who's the sexiest motherfucker in the UFC. Holy shit. Look at this sexy motherfucker. Guys, babe, boo. Would you fuck this guy? Is he attractive? What would you give him out of 10? A 9.5 out of 10. Bro, he's a fucking 10 out of 10. He's 10 out of 10. He's a 9 out of 10. He's a bit better looking. Not because he's black. Just because he's less. Listen, you can like ice cream, but imagine someone brings me an ice cream and they're like, yo, brother, want some vanilla ice cream? I love vanilla ice cream. And you know what? Guess what? Vanilla ice cream is my favorite ice cream. Does that make me racist because vanilla ice cream is my favorite ice cream? Huh? If you put some chocolate ice cream in front of me, I'm still gonna eat that shit up. I'm gonna eat that motherfucking pussy ice cream up. Think about that. But if you said I have black ice cream and I have white ice cream, which one would you like? I'll have the white ice cream, please. The vanilla. Sorry, that's racist. It's vanilla ice cream. Let me say that again. If you got vanilla and chocolate ice cream and you offer me a choice, I may just take the vanilla ice cream, which is a metaphor for white girls. But it doesn't mean if you put the chocolate ice cream in front of me, which is a metaphor for black girls, for the fucking like stupid people that are out there, which I love you as well. I've learned to love even stupid people. Regrettably, that I would choose the white ice cream doesn't make me racist. If you put the black ice cream in front of me, the chocolate ice cream in front of me, I'm still gonna eat that shit up too. Let's get back to the fight. We got 19-0 versus 13-0. Damn! Sexy versus big sexy. Let's just get into a little bit of the breakdown. Like, I don't want to fucking talk no actual facts. The fact are, you have the perfect matchup of long, rangy fighter. Long and rangy, uses his jabs, swivels out, swivels this way, doesn't like to get caught into a firefight in close quarters. He likes to pick them apart from the outside. That's Israel Adesanya. Paulo Costa, he's just a wrecking house. He's a bit shorter, a bit more muscular, and he pushes forward with big, heavy shots and kicks, but not necessarily that accurate. He just throws them even into your guard, and people crumble. They don't get knocked out, but they crumble, and they go down. That's what that's what Paulo is. Israel's long and rangy. Paulo's a crusher, a demolisher, smasher, smash. And he's got credible cardio and he keeps going, okay? The smasher, the steroids, the big sexy, the fucking juice junkie versus skinny boy, fucking long rangy, right? Tall and mangy, fucking looked like he's from the 80s. No, they fucking long rangy fighter, okay? Tall, sexy, long rangy, puncher, smasher, hit, stick and move, okay? That's what we're looking at, guys. That's what we're looking at. X Factor, I want to put down this quickly, guys. The X Factor. The X Factor is perhaps more intelligent fighting for him, a bit more experience for him, but he has never lost. And Adesanya has got knocked out before in kickboxing. And don't have to tell me, like, I'm someone who came out of my shell when I was older, and I understand that it's possible to do that and still be successful, to come out of your shell when you're older. I wasn't like an early bloomer. I lost my virginity when I was like 18, right? For someone that fucks as many hoes as I do, to lose a visa at 18, another story. So my only concern though with him is that he didn't come into the UFC till he had 75 kickboxing fights. Bro, Joe, did you know that? He had 75 kickboxing fights before he came to the UFC, right? Joe, my producer, is fucking huge MMA fan, like Joe Rogan, but he's even a bigger fan than Joe Rogan. That's right, Joe. That's right. You're not the number one UFC fan. Joe is. Not Joe Rogan. Joe, the producer, is the number one UFC fan. Okay, sorry. Joe, if Joe ever sees me, he'll probably head kick me. I'd love to be knocked out by Joe Rogan. All right, so big sexy versus big sexy. Forward pressure, aggressive, but not as accurate, and stick and move. But like I said, he has a slight advantage, I feel like, because of the experience, but I'm questioning if there's an issue with the fact that he has been knocked out before, and the fact that he took 75 fights to become confident enough to join the UFC. Like, I'm getting sidetracked here, but it says something about the fighter's mental and toughness, right? His mental toughness wasn't there when he was younger. He needed 75 fights to build his confidence up before he came to the UFC. Whereas Paulo Costa was on the Ultimate Fighter. So he was already fighting before he was even good. He was still amateur boxing, amateur this, but he just fought anyway in the UFC. So he wasn't scared to do it. I don't want to say Adesanya was scared, but Adesanya took longer to get to the confidence that Paulo Costa already had. So I give the confidence perhaps to him, but this is the way I see the fight going. I see the fight going like this. It's going to go the full distance because we've seen Israel pull away, which he did with Yoel Romero, and I've seen him go forward, but don't see him getting knocked out because of the fucking neck strength. Look at that big sexy neck. Oh God, you just want to skull fuck. You just want to skull fuck him. Look at that face. Like, can we just gonna skull fuck him? He is fucking good looking though. I'm straight. He's good looking. That I can say that. My prediction is this: it's going to go for 5 rounds, and it's going to be fairly intensive, but it's going to go the full distance, and it's going to be a split decision, I believe. And Israel will win the first one. They'll both go away and have a fight each. They'll come back a year later for the rematch, because it's going to be the 3 matches. I don't know what you call it, like the rubber matches. What do you call it when it's 3 fights? There's going to be a trilogy. This is my prediction. Prediction. All right, you need to get some dick in. You've been locked down for coronavirus for too long. You have not had enough pickings. My prediction is it's going to go to a trilogy. Adesanya wins 1, split decision, and then Costa wins the second one, and it goes to a third, and the third, I believe, Costa wins. It's going to go to a trilogy fight with Costa being the eventual winner of, and it's going to take the span of 3 more years. That's my prediction. And you can put money, you can put the fucking house on that shit. That's my prediction. Boom. Okay? Before I go any further, okay, are we ready? Back on? Let's just go through some actual stats, because if people like to talk about stats, I want to talk about stats with you as well. Smasher, the guy in the blue is the smasher. The guy in the red is the fucking jabber. We got smasher and we got the jabber. Okay? We got the skinny versus the steroids. We got the matador versus the bull. No, the bull. We got the matador versus the bull. Okay, actually, let me spit a fucking rhyme for, just really quickly, spit a rhyme for fucking, shout out Dana White. Okay, Intro, the skinny versus steroids. The matador versus the bull. Technique versus the tank. Either way, Dana White, no. It's gonna be money in the bank. Let me say that one more time. Either way, Dana White, no, it's gonna be money in the bank. So that's what I was saying. All right, let's go back to the actual fight though. I got sidetracked like a motherfucker. Let me take this back up to the top. More knockouts. They're all TKOs. His are more KOs. Better stat there. Average fight time. Better. Knockdown average. Better. Wow. Costa's got better stats. Israel would say that's because Costa hasn't fought anybody of great significance. That's how Adesanya speaks. Because Costa hasn't fought anybody of great significance. This is why his stats look so good. Sound like a little bitch. His stats look good because they're fucking good, mate. Holy shit. Look at this fucking stat. Significant strikes. Double. So it's like, Adesanya, boom. Boom. Adesanya. Boom. Boom. Chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. Adesanya's boom, boom. And, like, Costa is like smash, smash, but more smashing. Okay. So we got a sniper versus a fucking machine gun. Let's just go into Costa. I just want to break down his last. This is important for the breakdown as well. Just his last couple fights. Okay. I want to just go through what I saw happening in those fights. Yes. He's very good. Oh, he's fucking so good looking. Where's the fucking fights? How creepy did that clicking sound? Halloween's coming up, little girl. Wanna go trick or treat? Daddy's house? Romero versus Costa. Awesome fight. They both went forward. Showed that Costa showed that Costa wasn't scared. That was a very important fight for Costa. We saw he wasn't scared. He went up against that big guy and it was a back and forth battle. But to do the back and forth battle may not be the smartest, as Adesanya would say, but it shows confidence and belief. And belief beats skill, right? If you're Conor McGregor, you know that belief beats skill. Because Conor McGregor was great, but like, I get it. Conor McGregor fucking knew how to knock people out, but he couldn't wrestle. But he was confident. So if you have a video game player and your bars, you get bars for each right. You know the video games? Conor McGregor's confidence was up here. His belief was up here. And then his striking was up here. And then his grappling was here. Cardio was here. Cardio was, right? But then someone else maybe I don't want to say Khabib because he's winning at the moment, but someone else who's like fucking Luke Rockhold, whose stamina is up here. Technique is up here. Physique is up here. Luke Rockhold's got all those bars up there, but then his confidence and maybe his intelligence way of fighting, confidence probably more, his belief drops. Whatever happened, if you're picking a fighter, that's the thing you want. So I think that Costa's fight against Romero was better than Israel's fight against Romero. Israel ran around, didn't show that much confidence. Costa went and fucking smashed him. Face to face, up and down, back and forth battle, showed confidence. So I give a tick for Costa there. Costa versus Hall, he just fucking smashed Hall. Costa versus Hendricks, just smashed Hendricks. Smashed him. Okay, what was before that? Bang Boss. Bam Boss. Joe, can you read that? You fucking can't, bro. Can't even read that, mate. Although, if that's his name and me being racist, is that me being racist? Oof, shit, awkward. I like your name, brother. I didn't mean to say anything like, fucking, your name's cool, man. I'm not being racist. And then McClellan, he just smashed McClellan. Okay, so basically smash, double smash, and then still didn't smash, but at least went forward with great confidence. That's the record. I'll scroll back up. That's the record of Paulo Costa. I just broke it down for you super simply. Let's go into Israel Adesanya's record. Now, we already talked about how Adesanya needed 75 kickboxing fights before he was going to eventually be a fucking champion, which I don't believe in. But I do believe he has belief and swagger and a lot of good things going for him. So we already gave the Israel Adesanya versus Romero. We gave that fight to Costa. Costa gets 1 point there because it was more of a impressive fashion. The Whitaker, that I give Whitaker more than Costa's last opponent because Whitaker's a higher level and previous champion. So I'd say that fight shows Adesanya's better because Adesanya's last opponent was a world-class champion and Costa's wasn't. You know what I mean? Like he just wasn't a world-class champion. Current world-class champion. So they're one each. Then Gastelum, I mean, you know, I don't know. They went to a decision. No, so they went the full distance and it was back and forth. And now Gastelum's shown that he's not even that good. Or not that, I don't want to fucking, he's fucking really good. But Gastelum's lost like 3 or 4 of his last fights. So when Adesanya fights him and goes 5 rounds, back and forth, battle, and then the next 4 fights, Gastelum just gets knocked out and finished, doesn't make Adesanya look that great, does it? So Costa smashed his last one, so I gave him a point there, and Adesanya didn't smash him. So this point, so if we look at the point system, the first one went to Costa because he smashed Romero, better than Adesanya did. The second point went to Adesanya because his last opponent was better, right? The third fight, Gastelum versus Adesanya, I'm going to have to give that to Costa. So it's 2 points to Costa and 1 point for Adesanya. Does that make sense? 1 point for Costa here, 1 point for Costa here for his last. We're measuring up their last 3 fights. So Costa's last 3 fights would be here, here, and here. Does that make sense? So Costa's fight would be here with Costa, with Romero, would be here with whoever he fought there, and here, in line. Costa had a better last fight there. Adesanya had a better last fight here, and Costa had a lot better last fight. So Costa's had 2 last better fights. The last one was Adesanya, again, boring fight, went the distance, couldn't finish him. And then Brunson, he did finish. So if we look at the last, okay, Silva, Gastelum, Whitaker, 4 fights. If we look at the last 4 fights, I give 3. So if we go for the last 4 fights for Israel and the last 4 fights for Costa, if we go in the ranks of how they performed and who's done better in those last fights, it'd be 3 Costa and 1 Adesanya based on those things. So I think Costa may win the trilogy, the first fight of the trilogy. It's going to be a trilogy, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a trilogy. You don't put money on it, you're going to be thinking you was silly.
My neon sign says open. Who's looking me over? Looking me over. If I try enough, would you feel my missing piece? I can't understand why